Everybody, and welcome to Geeks and Drinks. I'm Jason.
I'm Jordan.
And it's finally happened. We finally saw Deadpool. It's, 6-7 years in the making for this. Ryan Reynolds had been trying this for ages to get things going through the miraculous leak of that.
I told you, I think it's him.
You think it was him?
It was Ryan Reynolds. Come on. That was like typical hero talk. I don't know who did it, but whoever they are, they're the real hero.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense, especially with the fact that you mentioned that if it was some Joe random person in the industry, they would have been fired.
I don't think anyone would have bothered risking their career over them. Like, well, that sucks. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Huh? The Deadpool leak. Remember, like a year or two ago, there was the teaser that was leaked. Remember, it was a big deal at Comic-Con when they brought up the whole thing. It's like the Deadpool Twitter account.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Batman vs Superman. You did some big presentation, and my potato quality video beat you.
Which, let's face it, hasn't that been the case the entire time?
No, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
But Deadpool, no, it was. I don't want to ruin anything though. I guess we can wait a week before we blatantly start making references and shit like that.
Mm.
But it was really good.
It was. There's a lot of reviews out there. People are saying like, this is the best Marvel movie of all time. It is given an A+. It's fantastic. It's flawless. I can't call it flawless. Was it great? Yes. Was it fantastic? I loved it. It was a great movie. Was it perfect though? No.
I feel like with Deadpool, it's one of those things. It's for being a Deadpool movie, it was phenomenal. Like, it was amazing. Oh, yeah. I don't think I know anyone who could, who likes Deadpool, who could have watched that and been like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like comic book guy who always has an issue with something.
Exactly.
I don't think that's really the case with this movie. I think that's why a lot of people were blown away.
Especially for the sole fact that the two writers of this, when they first started, they only had a brief understanding of Deadpool. Then they actually did research for it and then fell in love with him. And let's face it, did the best you can possibly do to date with this character on the big screen. It was perfectly well written. Dialogue was
Deadpoolish.
As perfect as you can get it for Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
And even on, like, in terms of Hollywood terms, a shoestring budget, they pulled out some great effects, great action sequences. Like we were just looking online that their final budget was around $58 million. We're not including marketing on that. And then you found an article stating that, like, pretty much at the last minute.
Yeah, like a day or two before shooting, they cut like $7 to $8 million from the budget.
Yeah. Which
apparently what that meant was they cut out two mutants that were supposed to be in it.
Right.
Because if you've seen the trailer, you know anything. You see Gina, Carla, whatever, Angel Dust.
Yeah.
She is basically it's her and Ajax, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it was supposed to be Angel Dust plus two more.
Right.
Like, there was supposed to be a whole team of them.
But it still worked out the way it was.
Yeah.
There was also supposed to be like an extended motorcycle chase sequence that got cut, and a whole sequence with a whole lot of weapons. How they got around that part was quintessentially Deadpool. I think it worked out really well for them in the end. But my God, this movie is blowing up faster than anyone's really expecting. For previews around the world, they've already made, $14 million from there. For opening night here in the States, it made, $12.7 million. Initial estimates were putting this about a $40 to $50 million opening weekend. And then...
Opening day.
No, first it was $40-50 million opening weekend. Then, right now, it's on track for $40 million.
Just of today.
Yeah, opening day. Fox themselves are still saying it's going to be around the $55 to $65 million mark, but other companies are stating we're looking closer to like $85 to $100 million in the opening weekend.
I want it to do better than. I want it to make more than. I think it's 92 point something million.
Which one was that for?
50 Shades of Grey.
Ah, yes.
The current record holder for a rated R movie.
Oh, it'll hit that. I mean, if it does hit the $100 million, it's going to beat Captain America Winter Soldier for opening weekend.
Well, no, it's the rated R thing, though.
Oh, the rated R thing.
Yeah, it's for rated R purposes.
Well, everything should beat 50 Shades of Grey.
But it's holding the number one spot last I checked.
Mm-hmm. Still doing very well over there. If you guys haven't seen it yet, by all means, go check this out. Um, there's plenty of stuff in there if you are a diehard Deadpool fan. Ryan Reynolds came out and stated numerous times there's over 100 Easter eggs throughout this film. Now, the phrase Easter eggs may be very generic.
Yeah, it's what's at that point where is it an Easter egg or a reference to something else?
Well, let's face it. There were some things that were very blatant in there that only comic book fans of Deadpool would truly get. Like the big one, it's not really much of a spoiler. Bob from Hydra.
Yeah.
That whole thing is like, hey, Bob, I remember you from that. And you would hear people in the audience like cracking up, and I bet you there's probably at least half the audience in there was like, am I missing something? Who the hell is this Bob, and why are people know him? Yeah.
It should have been a surprise for people, Jason.
I don't care. There's plenty of things in here I'm not going to talk about in that movie.
Yeah, but it's very good. I definitely enjoyed it. I'll probably see it again on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Probably take Brian to go see it.
I'll be taking Jess to go see it again. Fantastic movie. Cannot wait to see it again. Like I said, guys, go check it out. Do not bring
kids.
Don't bring the youngins to this one.
We went to an 11:45 showing because they didn't want to do midnight for some fuck off reason, and there was like a 5-year-old kid in the row behind us.
Yeah.
Parent of the year.
Especially because that kid, I could hear the background going, "What the hell? What is this?" And started asking all these questions, and went, "That's not really the place to put it at." Stick around for the end of the credits. There is an end credits sequence that's a really great reference. Won't spoil anything, but you'll enjoy it. Well worth the stay. Because of the initial success already, they've already started pre-production in terms of like the writing the script and whatnot for Deadpool 2. And
that's not. I feel like they're throwing that word around a lot too much.
Deadpool 2?
Pre-production.
Well, everything could be in pre-production.
Exactly.
Basically, if you have someone talking about it...
Yeah, I was about to say, that's like saying we're going to make Geeks and Drinks the movie. We're in pre-production. Are we
Actually,
really?
Literally.
We just mentioned it. Suck it.
Yeah, pre-production. Go, Geeks and Drinks the movie. Coming out? Never. But yeah, the big thing that everyone's hoping for with Deadpool 2, for it to actually happen, is to include Cable. Because Cable had such a legacy with Deadpool. I mean, they're basically buddy cop series.
Yeah.
The comic series spent how long? I mean, how many volumes? It went for a while.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Cable shows up a lot of times in all the Deadpool comics out there.
Yeah, so but the Cable Deadpool, that was like the more like the earlier stuff, like I think the New Mutants. Because Deadpool comics predominantly what you buy or what you see now is the Brian Posehn ones.
Yes.
And Cable's not really in those.
No, he's not. He's mentioned in passing, but that's basically
but everyone's mentioned in passing.
Yeah.
I mean, any Deadpool comic, or at least any modern one, it's literally let's have Deadpool make reference after reference after reference, or self-aware reference.
Yeah, true. Okay, well, enough ranting and raving and just complete loving of Deadpool.
Go see it. Don't be a dick.
Go see it.
It needs to beat 50 Shades of Grey.
Only you can do this by helping out with this.
Yeah.
Your contribution will make sure that 50 Shades of Grey will be sorely beaten, and not in the good way.
Look, man, I look forward to it. I feel like it's movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, which proves not all superhero movies have to be dark and gritty and dark and serious. And,
like all the DC movies coming out.
Yeah, and very monochromatic and dark. It showed that you could have a lighthearted hero who's able to crack wise, and he doesn't have to be dark and brooding. God, I said dark way too many times. But it's like you could have a rated R movie, and it doesn't have to be a shit fest like Blade or Watchmen.
Yeah, I would say Watchmen's probably the better example of that. There's always the diehard...
Blade 1 was good, but 2 and 3 were okay.
2 and 3 are non-existent. It's kind of like The Matrix 2 and 3. There was 1. That's the way I look at it.
There's Matrix, and then there's whatever the fuck happened after that.
Someone like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's do something like that, but not actually make it like it.
But I guess we should move on. Going into dark and gritty, though, they released the new trailer for Batman vs. Superman, which is supposedly the final trailer before we get the movie.
But here's the thing, though. I kind of wish they actually started with this trailer.
Not even that. They should have just showed this one and left it at that.
Yeah, this trailer is actually good.
It's everything I would have wanted in a trailer for this movie.
Quick, short action sequences, almost non-existent explanation or giveaway of any sort of plot whatsoever. Yeah. Just gives you just a taste of what to expect from this.
What a trailer should be.
And that was it.
Supposed to be like a minute to 2.5 minute cock tease.
Yeah. And this kind of did it. But the problem is, though, they had the other two trailers come out that showed basically everything.
The first trailer, not really. Like, it gave away a decent amount. And I feel like it was trying to set up and, like, try to be a story of some kind to let you know what you can expect.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second trailer came out, and it's like, well, I've seen the movie now. I'm good.
Yeah. Batman fights Superman.
Which is weird because this one gave us shit that we hadn't seen in any of the previous ones.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like the one clip where it's like, was it you're a psychopath? Mm-hmm. It's a 3-syllable word for someone, whatever. Like, other than that, the majority of their trailer was new shit.
Yeah.
And it told us nothing.
Great. It got you hyped for the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what a trailer's supposed to do. Not say, here's beginning, middle, plot twist, and end. All in the span of like a minute 37.
Well, and it blatantly showed you that Batman could actually pose a threat to Superman.
The whole thing of him like in
the
that
big
sequence,
reveal at the end where Superman throws a punch and Batman actually blocks it, and you see Supes just going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, exactly. At that point, it's like, oh shit.
That shows you that it's not.
amazing.
Yeah, it's not going to be a very one-sided fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Speaking of trailers, though, I am in the massive minority, and by minority, I'm probably the only one at this point. I'm excited for Turtles 2. During the Super Bowl,
I will see it.
During the Super Bowl that just happened last weekend, I think it was last weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
We're clearly not one who gives a shit about sports. Like literally.
And clearly, you are a Turtles fan.
This happened by accident, believe it or not. Wasn't until I looked in the mirror and went, wait, we could talk about that. Like 2, it's tickling all the nostalgia buttons.
Oh yeah.
Bebop and Rocksteady. Fucking Krang in his little Chippendales bald robot suit.
Like once I saw the back half of the head, I was like, no.
Yeah, and like the weird Technodrome that looks like those Speak of the Devil, the Matrix robot things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all squirmy and movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Casey Jones. You have Arrow as Casey Jones, which looks awesome. You have good old Toe Thumbs having her career. That takes me back to like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm genuinely excited for it.
Considering the first one had a lot to prove, and let's face it, it really didn't prove that much. It was an entertaining ride for sure.
No, it wasn't.
But to me it was. To me, it was an entertaining ride. Was it really Turtles like I knew it? No, not at all. It was really Michael Bay just going, you know what?
And he was just a producer.
He was just a producer, but everything had his like
fingerprints all over it.
Dude, the 20-minute slide/avalanche down the hill with the truck and the villains and whatnot. It was crazy. But it's supposed to be a popcorn flick and stuff like that gets you talking about it. Hell, I'm still talking about it after how many, was it 2 years since the last one? Something like that.
I was given a copy of it for Christmas 2 years ago, or a year ago. I tried to give it to my buddy Dane. You want to guess how that worked out?
You still have it?
He said no. Hey Dane, I also have a copy of Young Frankenstein on Blu-ray. Really? I'll take that. Only if you take Turtles. Really? Yes.
Like, I had this really good thing, but in order to get it, you have to take this really bad thing,
because it's already an old school black and white movie. You don't really need it in high quality.
No, you really don't.
So it was like, you can take both or none. Fine. He probably only said yes because we got incredibly drunk off gin. Neither here nor there. But other trailers we got to see was what? We got to see X-Men, Age of Apocalypse. More of whatever the shit that is.
Still not interested.
No.
There was also the Suicide Squad trailer, which we already talked about. We're never going to bring that up again.
They made fun of me because that trailer came on when we saw Deadpool. And the entire 2.5, 3 minutes was me going, no.
I kept hearing that.
making smart ass remarks every time like
The
they
whole
would say
bit
something.
at the end. Everyone in this movie should feel bad.
Yeah, the end of the trailer, it's like, this movie looks bad and everyone who made it should feel bad. I'm sure I probably offended most people.
And that's fine.
Oh, Captain America.
Yes.
We got Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see more of that.
You finally saw that quick glimpse of Ant-Man in there.
Mm-hmm. Like, we got to see, like, the lineup.
Mm-hmm. Not the original edited version for the first trailer.
Well, because you had to keep some of it secret. You have to,
well, of course. There are plenty of people who are hoping for this to be much better than Winter Soldier. I was happy with Winter Soldier.
That's like, if it does better, I'm okay with it, because I love Winter Soldier.
I want this to be better, at least better than Avengers 2. Now, I liked Avengers 2. We will go back and forth on that, like what was good and what was bad.
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, whatever. There's the Jason way, and then there's the wrong way. And the everyone else
There's
way.
the right way, the wrong way, and the Max Powers way. What's the Max Powers way? The wrong way, but faster.
No, but they have all these possibilities lined up in this this film so far. Everything from the trailers to set reports, that this has the potential to be a really, really, really good movie. Is it going to be anything close to what the original comic Civil War series was?
God, no.
Nothing.
You don't have enough time to explain everything.
No, they would if they were going to try to do something like that, they would have had to wait to like phase like 6 or 7 of the MCU.
I wouldn't say that.
They
would probably have to wait like right before Infinity War or immediately after Infinity War.
True, but it was what the Russo brothers directed Civil War, and they're going straight from this to Avengers Infinity, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did Cap 2, now they're in Cap 3.
Right.
And now they're like, all right, now direct the big one.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Some people may say we have an oversaturation right now of superhero movies, and I'm I'm fine with that.
We do and we don't. I mean, we do in the sense that, it's Hollywood. It comes in waves.
Yeah.
It's that classic tale.
Comic books are the hot thing right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, you have that phase of, there's Harry Potter and young adult movies. Those will never fucking die. But you have these giant waves. Like, we had Twilight and Harry Potter, and that wave of just young adult fantasy literature.
Which I think is going to slowly but surely die out with the end of Hunger Games, because let's face it, the Divergent series, I don't think it was ever going to get anywhere near that level.
I still feel bad. I didn't even watch the Maze Runner.
I haven't seen Maze Runner yet.
Like, the first one I saw and actually liked.
I saw those trailers for like The Fifth Way, which is apparently another young adult series.
Well, that's why I said they'll never fully die.
Right.
But they won't. There's like I said, there's waves of things. Like, you'll see 1 million of it, and then it'll just kind of dwindle and disappear to somewhere. And you'll maybe get like 1 a year as opposed to like 3 or 4.
Right.
And now it's the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's clamoring because it's what's making money.
Next thing, they're already starting to splinter off a little bit from here, because you have the Assassin's Creed movie based on the popular video game franchise. Mm-hmm. That's recently wrapped filming, so now they're in post-production, all the CG and everything. You also have the upcoming whitewash version of Ghost in the Shell, the live-action version starring Scarlett Johansson. You also have... It's going to be a long, long way in the future, because... James Cameron is so enthralled with Avatar 2 and 3 that he stated he was going to work on this live-action anime adaptation movie for a very long time. And he said, I'll take care of it right after Avatar.
Okay, but the movie?
I just drew a freaking blank.
Is that what you were just trying to stall?
Yes.
So you can get it? Oh. Evangelion?
No.
You're not Ghost in the Shell.
Battle Angel Alita.
No idea what that is. I'm sure it's probably in the whatever.
Oh no, it was one of those with like the manga. The original manga had the 80s huge fro for the girls and everything, and oh yeah,
fucking anime.
Oh yeah, so we'll see what happens, because there was for a while there's gonna be the Splinter Cell movie that kind of got canned. Who knows where they're gonna go from here? Superheroes, they're always gonna be around. To an extent.
Another wave. Remember there was the wave of 80s shit. When we had G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles.
And then the latter, way part at the end of it, Jam. Which you actually had to watch. Brian actually made you watch that steaming pile of shit. How was that experience, by the way?
I drank an entire bottle of whiskey.
God, that's only like an hour and 20-minute long movie.
I drank the entire bottle of Ardbeg.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I'm sorry, not all the bottle. Remember last week when I came over and poured you a glass?
Yes.
That's all that was left in the bottle?
Yeah. The rest of it was you.
Everything else was me watching Jim and the Holograms.
God.
I was given shit because someone looked it up and was like, "Oh yeah, fucking Kesha's in this movie." The fuck's a Kesha? You don't know who Kesha is? No. Am I supposed to? Yeah. Fuck, I don't know. And the rest of the movie was just so bad. It was so bad. Like most of the movie was spliced with like YouTube videos. And I don't mean like it was just kind of like, oh, it has the red bar. It looks like halfway through, they're like, all right, we'll just cut to a YouTube video. Like just terrible editing.
Hey,
this is your fault.
Yeah, you got to open another one for that one. Let's switch back over to Michael Bay for a quick moment.
80s, the bumblebees.
Oh God, yeah. So, Transformers. I kind of thought they were done with Dark.
Dude, you got the Marky Mac. Marky Mark's coming back for the fourth or fifth one.
Yeah, the thing is,
except Michael Bay's directing the fifth one now
it's a
too.
franchise that should have died, but then again, so should have Fast and Furious.
I was about to say, really, you have shit like Fast and the Furious, and you were given this shit?
They're all like
things that went way too long past their prime.
I have no idea what you're talking about. These are all gems. I have no idea what you're talking about. Escaflowne, the movie was great. Cowboy Bebop, the complete series.
Panty and stockings.
What's wrong with Panty and Stocking and Garter Belt?
A lot of things.
That's why it was so good. Hellsing Ultimate, Black Lagoon, Spice and Wolf, the Vocaloid concerts that you will eventually see.
Wait, what?
Hatsune Miku.
The fuck is a Hatsune Miku?
The hologram.
That bitch. Okay.
Yeah, remember that's a concert happening at the not Staples Center, Nokia, or now Microsoft
Whatever.
Theater.
Japan's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Going back to it, Transformers.
Yeah. Yeah. So they announced not only Transformers 5, but 6 and 7 as well. One of them is actually going to be a spin-off for Bumblebee. I guess. I mean, one of the more popular.
Bumblebee wasn't even like a huge character in the 80s.
No, but in these Michael Bay movies, kind of has to have that tie-in. So.
Sorry, Jason flipped through and there's just an image of Optimus and weird robot T-Rex thing. It's yeah. I'm not even gonna call it Grimlock. It's just the giant T-Rex dinosaur.
It was
robot.
It was related to Grimlock
dude,
in
the
name
fact
only.
that there is a scene where he's riding Grimlock, movie Grimlock, sword in the air, and it's like, oh my god,
come on!
The internet just came in its pants. Somewhere there was just some fat nerd in his mother's basement, basically like, it's like my fan fiction coming to life.
Gosh.
Guys, you don't understand. This is the greatest thing ever.
Oh well. Yeah, so we have Transformers movies at least until 2019. So you'll see that for a very long time to coming.
Star Wars Episode 8 started filming.
Yes,
throwing
it
that
did.
out there. While we're still talking about movies.
Episode 8 started filming. In a recent phone conference, Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed that the Rogue One, we're going to see next December. Then you have Episode 8, and they already confirmed that the next anthology movie, I guess they're calling it, is going to be in Han Solo origin. So that should be interesting. We'll see how that turns out.
I wonder if that's how they plan on bringing Harrison Ford back.
I wonder if Harrison Ford, for his contract for coming back for Episode 7, included stipulations for all this other stuff to happen.
I mean, it's Disney. It wouldn't surprise me if they're like, yeah, we're going to sign you on. We'll give you this money that you asked for, but we also maintain the right to use you in these other movies. So if so,
movies and specials like coming up, it was like on ABC on the 21st of February. There's going to be a Wonderful World of Disney special, a TV special. and they already confirmed that Harrison Ford's gonna be on there to talk about Star Wars Land.
I thought you were gonna tell me they were gonna try to remake another holiday special for Star Wars.
All I'm saying is,
except this time it's like the Wookiee, or it's like the no.
Come on.
Some weird, like the Tatooine equivalent of like Valentine's Day.
Come on, J.J. Abrams.
V-Day on Bespin,
with
man.
everything that they've done so far, everything right. Could you imagine them going back and saying, "Let's have fun with this. We're gonna make our own Christmas special."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it could be.
It'd be amazing. You know, you'd watch that.
We'll have the surviving members of Jefferson Starship show.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it at Shea Malley 20 years from now.
Well, you'll buy it like a broken, like twice recorded over VHS copy of it.
Oh yeah. You're talking about VHS, high quality, Betamax, son.
Betamax. Oh God.
Speaking of things from the 80s that should have died, Lethal Weapon pilot.
Yeah, that seems to be the next thing with in TV series is let's take popular movies and let's turn them into TV series. They've Fox has tried this numerous times before. Most recently was Minority Report, and that bombed so fucking fast.
I forgot that even happened.
It came and left so fast.
Oh my god, that makes me feel bad. 'Cause I'm like, yeah, that could be interesting because I didn't hate the movie. But now it's like, yeah, no, that show already came and went.
Mm-hmm.
Shows how much of a lasting impact that shit had.
Yeah, I think it was the CBS made the announcement they already ordered a pilot for a Rush Hour adaptation. Fox has ordered a pilot for a Lethal Weapon.
Wait, really? With Rush Hour?
Yeah.
Is it because Chris Tucker needs the work?
Chris Tucker's not even in it.
Really?
Oh yeah. They have
Is it
nothing.
gonna be Kevin Hart?
No.
Have an annoying African American actor with the voice that makes me want to punch a child?
Oh man, but yeah. So the only person that's been announced that's in terms acting wise that's attached to this pilot of Lethal Weapon is Damon Wayans Sr.
Best Wayans brother.
Yeah, he's gonna take.
What's your Wayne head? That's obscure as fuck,
Can you
even
see
by
him
life.
as Murtaugh though?
He's Wayne head. He can do anything. Don't act like you don't remember what that is.
I don't want to remember.
Wait, no, real talk though. Do you remember Wayne head?
Vaguely.
Jason?
Vaguely.
Okay. For those of you who are probably incredibly confused, there used to be an animated cartoon show called Waynehead. That was the Wayne as this weird, like Bobby's World but black. And he had like I don't know, it was fucking weird. It always aired right before Earthworm Jim on Saturday morning cartoons. The only reason why I can vaguely remember what it is. Just saying, if you don't remember, it's cool. You shouldn't remember shit like that. Okay? And the echelon of weird shit to remember, there's like Street Sharks way up here. There's like Biker Mice from Mars. Then there's like Waynehead.
Yeah. No, I vaguely remember 'cause I was sitting there Saturday morning waiting for TV, cartoons to start, and I had no idea what I was watching. Before or after Love you, but fuck you.
Before, duh. When he was getting ready, eating like, whatever novelty cereal he had in front of him before his shift.
Wrapping up, two more things real quick. AMC apparently wants to get into the late night talk show circuit again. They had kind of like the Talking Dead for a while with Hardwick, because let's face it, Hardwick is either
He's the nerd Seacrest.
Yes, he's him, and of course his company Nerdist is either with everything for AMC for Walking Dead or everything with Comedy Central for At Midnight. Not to mention everything he has online. But no, so they wanted to go for a little different route, and not really all that different.
Because, Comic Men never happened.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or Fat Man on Batman.
Well, Fat Man on Batman was never really AMC, though. That was, no, so. But no, AMC announced a new late night show titled Geeking Out. It'll be hosted by Kevin Smith and Greg Grunberg, if you remember him from Heroes all that long ago.
Come on, he was the fat cop.
Do we need another late night talk show?
Yeah.
Yes?
Why the fuck not? Someone's watching it.
Yeah.
If the
True.
Kardashians can have a bunch of different shows, nerds can have their shit.
True, but the problem is the stuff that nerds would want to watch on TV, for the most part, gets dumbed down for the general audience.
Look, it's not the most accurate of things, and yes, because they have to sugarcoat it or water it down.
Right.
So I mean, it's the marijuana of like nerds.
Yeah,
No pun intended. But like I said, it's not really meant to sit there and go too in depth, because chances are they probably do get that nerdy, but it'll end up getting cut out.
This is true. If anything, you can just watch any of Kevin Smith's Smodcasts and just go, okay, there's all the nerdiness you want for it. You won't see any of this for a while because the first episode will be covering the next Comic-Con. So you're going to see them all over Comic-Con. So probably the month or so after that, you'll probably see it on TV. If you go to Comic-Con, you'll probably see all the cameras around there and may even be seen for like half a second in the background somewhere. Speaking of Comic-Con, Comic-Con 2016 open registration begins next week. I'm not gonna go this year.
Oh God, no.
No.
You're wrong. I'd love to go back and be proven wrong. But for the price and the amount of people,
No.
it's not worth it to me.
No, it isn't. I mean, once you've registered your member ID and whatnot, starting next week, like on February 20th, you will get access to enter the Epic waiting room, to which, no matter how early you get into the waiting room, does not guarantee your ability to actually buy a ticket. They select people at random from the waiting room in order to do anything with that. Once you're in the waiting room and you get picked, then you have like an hour just to purchase badges, and they're fucking expensive.
Didn't you do the math? And it was like $240 for all 4 days.
$245 for all 4 days plus the preview night if you want to go. They no longer do the 4-day badges. They haven't done that since 2014.
Yeah, we had to look it up for like 2014.
And of course they always put in the fine print, essentially, if the server dies while you are trying
Yeah,
to...
it's like we're not responsible for that.
You know, to buy your tickets, and if you fail, congratulations, you're not going to Comic-Con, because the chances of you getting back into the waiting room are probably slim to none. If you want to go just one day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are $55 each. Sunday is $40. The preview night is $40. That's not including food, all the random swag and whatnot you'll buy. Obviously, a place to sleep, and no sleeping on park benches. That's not going to be a thing, even though people try every single year. Try to get a hotel room.
Oh, we're not going to try to pay for sex?
No.
I assume that's what nerds do.
Oh, God. So you're already looking at, let's face it, for the average nerd, you're at least 1,000, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
For a 4-day weekend of stuff that you'll be able to see maybe 2 panels, if you're lucky, that you're looking forward to. And that's for you spending 14 hours in line somewhere with some guy who hasn't showered in 3 weeks before it because he feels like, oh, God. The Confunk. I thought Anime Expo Confunk was bad. My God. I've said it before and said it again. You can skip out on San Diego Comic-Con and instead go to WonderCon at the Anaheim Convention Center. Later on in the year, you get the exact same experience, probably a better experience, and for like half the price.
Look, man, I like Long Beach Comic Con because Long Beach Comic Con is it's Long Beach Comic and Horror Convention.
Yeah, San Diego's not the only Comic Con. There's Comic Cons everywhere.
Yeah,
but San Diego Comic Con is the biggest one. They created WonderCon as a sister con. It used to be up in San Francisco. Now it's down in Anaheim. Great place to be. We went last year, saw Powder Toast Man cosplayers, and
that was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Even if to walk around for like a couple hours, I wouldn't mind going to do that again.
Yeah, dude, we'll go again. Have bingo.
Oh, all right. Kind of think that's gonna be it for this episode.
Yeah, it pretty much covers everything.
Comic-Con's way too expensive.
Well, Deadpool pretty much killed everything. Like, there wasn't really...
Oh, yeah. But honestly, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Deadpool was a great movie, a great experience. I'm glad we finally had it happen.
Oh, yeah.
We watched our buddy Dom in a Deadpool outfit right to pull.
Yeah, we go to this cowboy bar called Saddle Ranch. And the guy ran up to us as we were hanging out. Because our buddy Dom is wearing one of those, like, morph suits, but it's of Deadpool. Runs over and makes it basically, you have to ride the mechanical bull. So Jason has a video of like a minute and a half of Dom in Deadpool costume riding a mechanical bull in all its glory.
This is why we were pre-gaming before the movie even started.
I wouldn't even say pre-gaming. We had a few drinks.
Yeah. It was fun regardless.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out as always. Stay tuned for another episode probably in about a week or so. So for Geeks Drinks, I'm Jason.
Jordan.
Cheers, Internet.